Hello. That's how Karl Lagerfeld says hello. I'm Ben McCoy, and today I'll be informing you how a lady takes public transportation. Put simply, the answer to how a lady takes public transport is this: she doesn't. But with the economy still faxing the sad face emoticon, many of us have been forced to downsize. No one has broken more chandeliers over this than that rare exotic breed, the lady. Bicycles, which are the caveman's limousine, are made for common folk. This is because common folk wear jeans 9 days out of 7. Ladies, who must shield their lingerie from the view of people who can't afford them, are always dressed in lady things, such as beaded fringe chartreuse onesies, black lace and crocheted date night ankle-length ceremonial robes, or a one-sleeved asymmetrical mohawk hair-covered belted bank account destroyer. Therefore, if a female is seen using a bicycle, rest most assuredly that she is not a lady, but is a hipster. The word hipster means someone who uses their hips in a futile way. This is in stark contrast to how a lady uses her hips, which is to open envelopes and grant wishes. Though public transportation is titled as such in order to imply it's made for all peoples, this is actually a big lie. Trains, buses, and shuttles are made for hooligans, ruffians, baboons, and the people who are murdered by them. Because the seats of public transport are covered in bedbugs and homophobia, a lady never sits down. Poorly dressed travelers believe this is because the lady enjoys showing off her figure. But the truth is that a lady is always more comfortable when her nose is at an angle that is higher than those around her. Sadly, this has nothing to do with cocaine.
I've done it like 10 to 15 times.
Now that you've established class roles with fellow travelers, I recommend appearing unavailable/potentially free while reapplying lip gloss. The working class leave their lips unglossed because their mouths are a playground for hate. A lady glosses her lips because it is a visual signifier of life-giving sperm. Sperm is an international symbol of freedom. Taxi cabs are an excellent choice to opt out of the glamour-killing public transport because they are often driven by foreigners, and this comforts a lady because it reminds her of being on holiday. A lady will be unsoiled by the frequent stench of some cabs due to living and breathing in a cloud of her own perfumery, while poor people regret buying a single bottle of overpriced designer fragrance. A lady wears 3 to 5 designer fragrances at a time daily, as if to say, "You smell affordable. I smell impossible." She also does this because she's a cunt. Though unpleasant, taking public transport is a great way for a lady to reconnect with the horrors of the modern world. The culture of the rude is incessant with its non-stop chatter on cellular phones, screaming loudly such contemporary prose as, "Where are you? I'm almost there. No, I said I'm almost there. Where are you?" Questions like these are clearly absurd. A lady would never ask, "Where are you?" because individuals are only relevant when in her presence, and their location otherwise is of complete disinterest. Also, only lonely people touch their cell phones in public, while Couture understands that a lady's feet should always be at least 5 to 12 inches off the ground, and that her legs should always be flirty free to blow kisses in the air. Commuters may mistake her for what they like to call a whore. The term whore is a term meaning a job for a person who doesn't like jobs. Depending on what time of day it is and whether or not a lady's 5 o'clock shadow is noticeable, the public may cry out instead, "Faggot," and or scream the nonsensical statement, "She's a man." This is because 90% of everyone is barred entry from women's studies. Fortunately, a lady understands that glamour and luxury knows no gender, regardless of whether she is college educated or has the SAT score of a used condom. One has only to look about passengers amongst any train or bus to see faces that are exhausted, miserable, and without cosmetic surgery. The vast majority of the public scurries along to their destination, only vaguely aware that, though their bodies are going somewhere, their lives are in fact headed nowhere. The majority look out of windows and see ugly at every turn. Regardless of her travels, however, a lady's eyes see only gorgeousness. That's because she's always looking into a compact mirror. And that's how a lady takes public transportation. Are you hungry for more LOL pie? Well, you're in luck, because I've been baking. And be sure to stalk me on my social networks.